The Washington Capitals just revealed their brand new alternate jersey, and it's kind of just an updated look on the Reverse Retro 1.0 jersey. Now, they're not the first team to do this. I mean, even the Washington Capitals themselves have already taken the Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey and made it their 50th anniversary jersey. However, most of the time when teams are making their Reverse Retro jerseys into an alternate, they're very subtle changes. Yeah, not this one. The Washington Capitals made some pretty big changes, and they're not great. They're not great, Bob. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and we'll talk about it. Before we do so, though, if you guys are new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to hit subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so here it is. This is the Washington Capitals' new alternate jersey. And when I first saw this thing, the immediate thought that came to my mind was, look how they massacred my boy. It is awful. I hate this thing so much. And I was never really the biggest fan of the Reverse Retro 1.0, to be completely honest with you. When it came out, I actually was pretty down on it. I did not like it. It's grown on me. Still not my favorite Screaming Eagle jersey. In fact, it's my least favorite, or it was until this one came out. This is now my least favorite Screaming Eagle jersey. And it's really unfortunate because I love the Screaming Eagle jerseys. They are absolutely some of my favorite jerseys of all time. The black one is by far the best. I love the black one so much. I was so happy they brought it back for the 50th anniversary. I think that was amazing. I really like the blue one as well. Even the white ones are fantastic. This one here, it's a pretty decent drop from the white one to this one. And then this new one is an even bigger drop. Like I'm really not a fan of this thing. I'm a huge hater, honestly. So let's actually explain why I feel that way. First of all, I hate these new shoulders. The shoulder yoke, I think, looks absolutely disgusting, which is really funny because I love shoulder yoke. Almost every single jersey that I see, I go, I wouldn't mind seeing some shoulder yoke on that. But this one here, I completely disagree. I think it ruins the jersey. It is way too much white up top. I think it completely imbalances the rest of the jersey. I'm also not a huge fan of the little blue outline around it either. I don't think that looks good. I really hate these shoulders. I truly despise the shoulders. I think it stands out and not in a good way at all. So there's that. Let's now move on to the striping, where I also think they just screwed up the striping. There's a reason why the striping on the original Screaming Eagle jersey works so well. It's because it kind of goes with the logo, right? If you take a look, you can see right under the Eagle's wing, there's a lot of empty space there. But with the regular Washington Capitals Screaming Eagle jerseys, even the Reverse Retros, like all of the ones that they've done, the striping kind of fixes it a little bit because it goes up into that section of the jersey. With this one having the more standard style of striping, it leaves a lot of empty room down there. I don't think it looks very good. They also took away the Capitals at the bottom, which I love that part. I mean, I know not every single Screaming Eagle jersey has that. There's a version of the white one that doesn't have the Capitals at the bottom, but I like the Capitals there. I think it's really fun. It's just a neat, interesting part about the jersey. So that's gone as well. I don't like the striping on the arms either. I feel like there's too much blue at the cuff there. I don't think that works particularly well on this jersey either. Yeah, I really not a huge fan of this thing. Let's also take a quick look at the shoulder patch here. So we can see that the Washington is in kind of like that bronze metallic look to it. And it doesn't work with the rest of the shoulder patch because there's none of that with the rest of it. It's just red, blue, and white. And then there's just kind of like that weird metallic bronze, which I think stands out. Once again, not in a very good way. And I know that metallic bronze is on the actual logo itself, but I think it works a little bit better there with the beak and the talon being that. Like, I think, it just doesn't look as strange on the logo here as opposed to on the shoulder. That is how they had it on this jersey right here. You can see there is that little bit of bronze right there with the beak. But yeah, the shoulder patch on these ones don't have the bronze for the Washington. It's just red, which I think looks a lot better. Although that being said, the actual make of these shoulder patches aren't as good because they're not the prime green. So they look a little bit worse in terms of the production quality, but I think the actual look of it is better. Now, inside the back of the collar, that says Caps. It's not a big deal. That's fine. I don't hate that aspect of this jersey. I don't think that is a problem. Now, in terms of the captains and the alternate captains patch, I've seen people really complain about this aspect. The fact that the C and the A are so close to the ad patch, it just makes it feel super cluttered. It does for sure, and I hate the ad patch. I'll always say that I hate the ad patches, but they're kind of here to stay. We're not going to get rid of them, I don't think. Unfortunately, in terms of fixing that, I don't really know what they could do because you kind of can't move the C over to the left side because the eagle comes up so high that it would just make it feel cluttered as well. So not really quite too sure what you could do other than getting rid of the ad patch, of course. But like I said, that's not going to happen. So I think that aspect is okay. It's fine. Don't really love the font, though. The font does feel, I think it's just the regular Washington Capitals font. But usually with the Screaming Eagle, they have a more specialized font. So it's a little bit unfortunate that the font is kind of so basic. Like we can even see with the back of the jersey here. Yeah, it kind of feels just like the regular Washington Capitals font instead of one that's a little bit more specialized to the Screaming Eagle, which I kind of prefer a lot more. And I know this jersey is supposed to be taking aspects of, different parts of the Washington Capitals history. I know they released a couple of images like explaining these things. So this one here says a laced up neckline and the reintroduced 90s Capitol Dome shoulder patch add a distinctive character and heritage detail. They also say that, the 3 stripes in the sleeve is supposed to represent like DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and the fans there. The shoulder yoke is supposed to be like a homage to their inaugural season jerseys. They do also have the District of Columbia flag on the back loop, the hem tag at the bottom, which I think that is fine. Once again, it's just a little back hem tag, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I know it's supposed to be honoring all these different aspects of the Washington Capitals history and kind of taking different parts of it. But like just looking at this picture right here, does this look like a jersey to you? Because it doesn't to me. This looks like one of those jersey hoodies that you see online where, it's not quite a jersey, but, it's kind of supposed to look like one, even though it is just a hoodie. That's what this picture right here reminds me of. It doesn't make me feel great. It really does not. I don't like the laces on it either. I think the laces, it makes it feel like it's even more of one of those, sweater jerseys type things. I'll throw a picture up on screen if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. This is kind of what I'm talking about in terms of like the jersey sweaters. They appear online a lot. I know Fanatics sells some. I've never really liked them a whole lot. And yeah, this is what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of one of those. So I think that is part of the reason why I hate this thing so much, is because it doesn't really feel like a jersey to me. I don't know. Like, if I'm trying to be fair here, the only aspects of this jersey that I don't hate is I don't hate the logo. I obviously love the Screaming Eagle logo. I think that is great. I think the colors are fine. Like like I said, I don't love the colors on this jersey right here. I prefer it either in its original colors or in the black or whatever. I don't love the Screaming Eagle jersey in just the regular Washington Capitals colors, or at least their, colors right now, I guess I should say. But it's not awful. It's not horrendous. The rest of the jersey, that's what makes it horrendous to me. I'm a massive hater of this thing. I really dislike it a lot, and I'm kind of surprised how many people like this thing. Like I was looking at it online. Seems like a lot of people are kind of high on this jersey, and I just do not see it. I don't see it whatsoever. Looking at the polls that I did on my Instagram, I had 43 people say that this jersey was fantastic. I had 10 people say that it wasn't very good at all. As for my YouTube section, on my community page, with 46 votes, 65% of the people said it was great, 30% said it was okay, and 4% said it was terrible. So it seems like majority opinion is that this is a good jersey. And I strongly disagree. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they didn't just do a direct throwback to the Reverse Retro 1.0. Like, even though they have already done a direct throwback to that Reverse Retro 2.0 with the 50th anniversary, maybe they didn't really have as many sales with that 50th anniversary because of the Reverse Retro 2.0. But the thing that I find maybe a little bit strange is that, the Reverse Retro 2.0, they made a lot of those jerseys. Even though it was a limited time jersey, they still made a decent amount. With the Reverse Retro 1.0, if you guys remember, that came out during COVID. So they did not make a ton of the Reverse Retro 1.0 jerseys. The production was really limited on an already limited jersey. So these jerseys went really quickly. They're pretty expensive right now. And I'm sure a lot of people would love to just get this jersey again, like just straight up. So I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't just do that. Maybe they just didn't sell as many of the 50th anniversary jerseys as they thought, so they maybe were a little bit scared to do a direct throwback to this one as well, or they just wanted to change it up. But I really disagree with that idea. It's funny because I'm not a massive fan of this thing, but man, is it so much better than this one. I really dislike this new alternate jersey for the Caps. I've seen a lot of people say it should become their home jersey, and if that was the case, I might hate it more than their current home jersey. Like, I would have to think about it for a little bit, but I might hate this jersey more than their current home, which is saying a lot because I do not like their current home jersey. Yeah, I hate this thing, if I haven't said that enough. If I were to give it a rating, probably, I'll give it like a 2. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 just because it is a Screaming Eagle jersey, and I always really like them. But yeah, this one, it's not one of them. It is not one of the good Screaming Eagle jerseys, which is very, very unfortunate. But I think I'm in the minority here, so I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, it is just my opinion. If you guys like the jersey, that's great. I'm happy for you. I wish I did. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all my social medias. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.